not what you think this is. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I was on my vibes this morning, y'all. Y'all kind of gotta bear with me. Kind of need y'all to bear with me today. I really been kind of sick, but I gotta get some content up here. It's important to stay consistent in what you're doing so that people trust and believe in your word. So that way what you say goes as you doomed it to be. That way you don't go unnoticed. You always want to inquire to find the things in life. First one being your word. First one being in trusting that people can believe in you. You want to be someone that people can be dependent upon. Not someone that is lax. Someone that is incompatible to the effort it takes to become great. The effort it takes to strive and become stronger. It really requires a lot. So in that, I kind of want you guys to understand that in the message that I'm here to deliver, I want to deliver a clear and sound message. I want to make sure that everybody in tune with everything that I'm trying to deliver. I don't want to leave anybody behind. And if you have any comments on anything that I have posted or anything that you have seen on my page, I greatly challenge you to, not even challenge, but I enlighten you to comment. Because I would love to see the response from the way that my peers feel about me and the message that I'm trying to deliver. Just because I'm delivering a message doesn't mean it's clear. I have to be sound and focused on that. Just because you do it doesn't doom it to be right. So you have to always understand that here at Motion Boys, dropping gems. I'm your host, CJ. I'm gonna try my best and strive each and every day to deliver y'all a clear and sound message so that the things that I'm saying can be delivered clearly, direct, where you will be able to reach out to me so we can communicate on an honest level and get a clear understanding directly with each other and our peers to make sure that we're dispersing this knowledge correctly. I want to pass the knowledge on. I want to pass the things that I learned on. I do them to be very beautiful. They have embarked on a huge impact on my life, and it has been so much that I've been through that has brought me here. And so I'm accepting the challenge. I'm accepting the challenge. When I was in middle school, we had something used to call the Mustang Mile. And it was a challenge to be a 7th grader trying to run a mile. For some 7th graders, it might have been easy, but from my blocks where we came from, we wasn't running miles. So the Mustang Mile was a challenge, and I had to embody myself, which take me to my topic for today, which is to not get tired, to not get, how can I say it, comfortable. To not get to that place to where you feel like you've done enough and the greatness is yet to be reached. Some of the most valuable things that we hold near and dear to us could be the same things that torment us for the rest of our life. So I here recently have lost so many countless friends, so many well-known guys. All of my people out on Samuel side, we lost good people this year. People that I know are out the way and kind of, we need them, the ones we needed, for sure. But they for sure left their footprints. They for sure left their footprints. I want to really embark on today. And again, I want to start this podcast off by saying I send my condolences out to Hood Fame Ronnie and his family. The more and more I think about this, I understand how important he was to you guys because the influence he had, but not just the influence, the backing that he had shows his importance. So I want to also, not to to lose you guys with my message on where I'm trying to go with this, but we want to focus on not getting tired. That's my topic for today. Not getting tired. Putting everything in that you have. How hard have you really pushed yourself? Is the effort really there? Is the mind frame there? The skill set can be, but without a lack of work ethic and effort, you will never perceive it. So I want to also understand that we're going to also touch lightly on not letting momentary decisions become permanent mistakes for us. We want to not get so riled up when you're dealing with that person that you don't know, that you just encountered, and you have to understand that there's an unfamiliarity on both ends. And granted that we're who we are, so to speak, if you're somebody that feels as if you're better than the next, if you feel that and you feel as if respect is owed, then respect must be given. I want to focus on not letting that disrespect take you to a long life decision, something you can never get back, something that can't be changed, something that no one else can take away from you. You took it away from yourself. Whether it be you were influenced by someone who you felt as if was your brother, so I'm going to ride for him, this what we doing, this what we doing. Really sometimes contemplate on what do you really get out of that person. Because does it doom you to be as real in these moments when they were fake in the smallest moments? So why doom yourself to be bigger when they showed you before that they weren't as loyal to it as you were? Although you don't let those things change you, definitely take them in. They'll definitely have to be considered. As that was the first topic we started with, the little things always matter, good and bad. If you couldn't be there for me in those small moments, I definitely better not count on you when I really need it. So sometimes we let those momentary decisions that people have shown us before turn into a permanent decision to where we keep depending upon those who have already showed you that they're lax in that area of seeing you succeed, seeing you prevail. Because sometimes help doesn't cost anything, but it's still doomed them to you. It's your right not to get tired, to stay motivated, to stay in the grind, to stay in the grit, to stay in the gridiron, to stay on the floor, to stay in the loop. And as I call it myself, stay in buffering mode, stay in downloading mode, stay processing, stay intaking, decrypt and encrypt it at all times, because every message won't be delivered. Everything won't be sound and clear. Some of these things you have to be very direct about. I just want to come with your understanding of encountering those that you know, don't know, and those that you meet. Each one of those people will show you a different frame of life that can take you to the next asset. So it's important that we understand that when people are pouring into us or you're pouring into something, that you become a fountain and not a drain. You want to be something that gives abundantly. And giving abundantly isn't always financial. Giving abundantly sometimes could just be support. It could be a text. It could be a like, a share. It could be a meme. It's various ways to show your importance to somebody. So we want to focus on, first and foremost, not getting tired. Not getting tired of people quitting on you. Not getting tired of people letting you down. Not getting tired of putting enough work in, first and foremost. Because if you're doing them to do the work for you, you never want us to do it anyway. The only way to make a job is the only way to make sure that that job is done to your level, that you feel is suitable for you, is to do it yourself. And then there's no complaints. Because it's hard for us to point the finger at ourselves because we always doom us to do it the best. So if you don't want that neck in your haystack, you just do it yourself. Push up, push out. Push it all the way out. So we have to understand that when the people that are around you, those that are a fountain, and understand who's a drain. But it's more so important that you be a fountain and not a drain. Meaning you have more to give and less to lose. And it's okay to pour into something, to find a passion, to have a love for something. Especially if it's joyful for you, if it brings you peace, it brings you happiness, if it lifts your spirits, that's definitely the area we want to embark on. That area, that space that you can't understand where the time went when you've been dealing with it. You have to look up and think, like, man, I look up, man, it's been 3 hours. Man, I ain't even realized I was doing it. That's the kind of joy I feel. Sometime I'll be in my book and I'll be writing, because I'm also writing a book on quotes. If y'all would please kind of encourage me. I'm taking all advice on this, but I'm doing a book on quotes, 365. I want to be able to give somebody something they can go to and read to daily and use it as a holy armor to walk with. These words will strengthen you. Definitely if you find the definition in them, if they're defined, if they're present, if they're relevant in what you're doing daily, you might need them. And I hate to have them and not pass them out. And I'm not a selfish person. But I want you not to be afraid. I want us to walk through here day by day and really challenge ourselves to grow, to do the hard things, to do the things that build character, perseverance, strengthen us as a man, as a person, as a brotherhood, as a son, a father. Do the little things. You never know who's watching. And it's not always your people. When I say your people, I mean it as your immediate family that's watching. There might be a child way across the parking lot that's watching you take that basket and put it back in that cart out, because you're making that next job easier for the next man. And I just want us to, I really want to encourage us to lighten the load. Lighten the load so we have more chances. We can definitely do more. And we don't challenge ourselves to be great. Because those small things, those small moments of notation that you take to be great are actually what the world needs. It's actually what your kids should see. It's actually most and foremost who we would claim to be. Because if we were born in Haiti, we would have born with swords, would have been born with guns. We would have had these things more knowledgeable to us. But because we don't, I don't see how people think that the world should be so victimized to be as cruel and detrimental as it is. And again, I want to send my condolences out to Hood Fame Ronnie and his family, because it's going to be a lot of hard days that you guys are going to have to embrace. It's going to be a lot of hard days. It's going to be hard for us to help to remember that they'll never forget. So sometimes it's good for us to test the limits of how great we want to be. How careful are you in making sure that you extend that leaf, that olive branch, that small twinkle of knowledge that someone could need to really take them in. And by doing that, it helps you stay in tune with yourself. And we don't understand how much sometimes helping people helps us grow, because it shows those around you that it's okay to help. And that's why the world is so sheltered off, because people are so afraid to help, so afraid to tell, so afraid to let somebody know. If I figure it out, I'm going to for sure tell you. But until I figure it out, I'm going to strive for greatness for those who aren't, because I want the world to succeed. I want those around me to be successful. I need those that I encounter that embark on those moments of life with me. I want them to take something from it. I want to be remembered. I want to be great. And the only way to do that is you cannot be afraid. You have to know your limits. But in knowing your limits, you got to push yourself. You got to push yourself farther than you ever have. You have to go where you never been, do what you never did. But in doing that, you cannot get tired, because greatness is yours. And the hardest thing about it is when the clock runs out, man, I wish I had more time. Nobody makes it. You make use of it. That is what's going to guide you and lead you to the next moment. That is what's going to give you the strength that you really need. Is making use of your time. I don't care what it is, in bed at least in 30 minutes to an hour on whatever business venture, whatever thought you have. It will develop into something great. Only if you develop your time to it. It is almost insanity to think that things are owed to us and deserved to us for work we haven't even put in. But even on top of that, I don't mind working hard because I want to be able to show my people that with working hard for this, you also learned, grow, and have a sensible understanding about what life is about now because you accepting the challenge that you didn't have to. You did something that was hard for you and you took it on. That's David and Goliath. Anything that we don't know about, it fears us. I embrace it because I want the understanding of why don't I know. No one ever challenges a question why your mind works the way it works. Why I'm podcasting and you watching. Or why you listening and I'm learning. Or are you learning and I'm listening. I'm still listening while I'm learning. It'll never stop. Because this world is going to continuously grow. We have to grow with it. We have to elevate each other. If not, there's no room for jealousy and envy at a table of loyalty. I'll say that again. There's no room for jealousy and envy at a table of loyalty. And in that table of loyalty, it begins with your self-reconstruction, your self-rehabilitation, because I'm going through it daily. I have so many flaws, so much time I don't spend with my kids, enough time because I think in myself, well, Daddy, you provide, or Daddy, you do this, it don't make it right. Because just because you're doing good things with the right intention, it could tire somebody else out. So we have to be keen and focus on, don't be afraid to do the hard things, but also don't be afraid to do the harder things, which is what I'm growing at. I'm really challenging myself to do the things in the midst of the hours that I need most, to where I feel as if these are the most important hours. The time that I spend with my kids can never be given back. The bond I share with them can never be taken away. The gift that I give them, the jewels that I drop on them, the gems that I give them to take with them, I want to make sure they deliver correctly. In those moments that we are not there, as mothers and fathers, we allow our legacy to be perceived by somebody else that wasn't even a part of what built, that started this, or who built something, or who kind of might have been a push for you, but they wasn't that, that real family vibe. We cool, but it's not really that family vibe. So that's why we got to stay in tune with ourselves and what we're doing, and understand that we cannot get tired. We cannot let momentary decisions break us down, because they turn into permanent mistakes. Excuse me. We want to focus on being a fountain and not a drain, and focus on who's a drain and not a fountain. It's also, y'all already kind of touched on, it's important that we consume everything that's around us, absorb it all, take it all in each and every day. Any moment you go through is important, and why else did you go through it? You're exactly where you're supposed to be when it's time. Each and every day. You don't want to be at work? You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Because here recently we have seen that even the greatest of people aren't always protected as we should protect them. And we can see their greatness and still not protect them. We should protect them as if we're the Secret Service or something. Because they're speaking out and you're afraid, stuck standing there being still. I'm not being so complacent with coming up with like a topic. Like I'm not afraid to talk. My communication skills are very well rounded. But when my voice isn't up to par, I'm already hard to hear. But I'm not hard to see. So up to me, I have to figure out another way. So I've been trying to critique myself on staying in it. And that's the hardest thing to do, is to stay in it when you're the only one in the game. But you're defining purpose. You have a reason. Your why is bigger than the how. But for those sitting there watching you, their how can't fit in the room with the why you're doing what you're doing. They couldn't fathom why you're going as hard. They couldn't fathom the energy that you have, the work ethic that you put in. But it's also in them too. But the fact that they can't fathom it, or it seems too much, or it seems as if I'm overworking myself and ain't none of us rich. How am I overworked? We're not working hard enough. We have to do myself responsible and stay in tune and understand that in doing that and finding that purpose, finding that reasoning, winning each and every goal, those small daily goals we make. Well, I'm going to get up today, I'm not going to drink no soda. That's a daily goal you can make. They can take you on to something greater. But you have to first start with something small, accomplish it, and it makes the next goal easier. But if you cross that line, it makes the next line that much easier to cross. So you have to be keen on understanding first there's going to be suffering and growth. To be great, you have to be grateful of what you went through to help you succumb to what's to come. And it's only in the forthcoming, only if you can't get tired, if you don't let it break you. If you can stay in tune, define yourself. Don't be afraid to do the hard things. Don't let momentary decisions define you to make a permanent mistake. But also be careful and know your limits. You don't want to overdo it, but you don't want to underdo it either. And I don't know about y'all, but I like my steak done. I don't go to a restaurant to eat. I go to a restaurant to eat. I don't go there to cook my food. So if I get there and my food isn't prepared well, what was the purpose of going to the restaurant? Define yourself, understand your purpose. Stay a fountain, not a drain. Let's reach out and share this message upon all our younger youth, our elders, anybody in need, our peers, your following, anybody. Again, this is your boy CJ, Motion Boy CJ, dropping gems, man. Y'all stay in tune with me, keep following me. We're going to give y'all some more content here later on today. I'm going to try to give y'all 3 videos today, man. I'm trying my best to, because I miss days that have to be accounted for. It's accountability. Hold yourself accountable. Y'all touched on my last casting I did. It was accountability and effort. How much effort did you put forth to be great? So don't be mad. It's only your race. Again, it's your boy CJ, dropping gems, signing off, man. Y'all know what it is. Stay out the way, get paid, man.